Lethal Weapon. So recently, my family's been a little sick. We've kind of I've been getting the cold in rounds. So at first it was me, then it was my wife, and now I think my child is getting it. So we've been kind of lackadaisical around the house for the past week and a half. And we've been taking baths a lot recently. So, kind of just be like, yeah, I'll watch the kid, you go take a bath. And one of those instances where my wife took a bath, I flipped on Netflix and I'm like, Lethal Weapon. We recently watched Truman Show, which I'm not going to do a bite-sized review on because I had already seen it. I prefer to do bite-sized reviews on movies that I had not seen before, unless you guys demand that I do bite-sized reviews for movies I've already seen, but I don't imagine that'll happen. We'd watched The Truman Show a few nights before, and it sparked that 80s, 90s vibe in my mind, and I'm like, I want to watch more 80s and 90s stuff because I have a real soft spot for that era. I have a soft spot for most eras, but in film, but that's one that just got ignited, and I'm like, yeah, I want more. So I was flipping through and I saw Lethal Weapon. All the Lethal Weapons are on Netflix, and I'm like, sure, I'll watch this one. And I'm also in the process of watching the second one, which Gibson, Glover, and Richard Donner, the director, said is their favorite of the four, Lethal Weapon 2. So I was like, I gotta watch that one then. And it's also the last one to be fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm like, I'll just stop with 2. So I'll probably do a video of that as well. Maybe. We'll see. Lethal Weapon. I really liked this movie. It was very enjoyable. I did not love it. I don't have a soft spot for it. I'm not keen on it. But it's very easygoing kind of popcorn movie that you don't really get anymore. Because if this movie was made today, it would have such an emphasis on action and not an emphasis on the characters or the comedy, which is a travesty. What's really weird about this movie, though, is the first half is really good. Like, fantastic setup. And I had seen that Shane Black wrote it, which I knew before. But I've seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've seen The Nice Guys. I love both of them. So seeing that he wrote this, I'm like, okay, so it's going to be like one of those, it starts with like a simple thing. Oh, it's a girl jumping off of a freaking building. Of course, that's Shane Black. And this is just going to blossom into this like crazy big conspiracy that's going to have a bombastic climax. And that sort of was true, but this almost seemed like he was perfecting that a little bit. He wasn't quite as good as when he did Bang Bang or Nice Guys. But the first half was like really solid, and then the second half just got weird and odd and had multiple climaxes and was a little off pacing wise, rhythm wise. A little anticlimactic too. The weird fist fight on the front lawn. Danny Glover driving a cop car into his own house. I don't know. It seems a little extravagant for Gary Busey. I don't know. I'm saying random stuff, and it's kind of spoilery, but I mean this movie is old, so I'm not going to put a spoilers tag up. So I'm just going to assume you've seen this thing. If not, then watch it when you're sick and you feel like watching an 80s movie, because it goes down pretty easy. It's pretty easy. Mel Gibson, probably the best part of this movie. I really like the chemistry between Glover and Gibson. I think it's really good. I can tell that Gibson has a lot of fun, and they seem to be having way more fun in the second movie. I've seen like 15 minutes of the second movie, but they're dialed in, which is really bizarre. Like, I like that they're having fun, and it makes it to be an enjoyable movie, but Gibson is like struggling hardcore with the death of his wife in this movie. It happens before the movie starts, but that's why he's kind of a loose cannon. But that seems to just kind of be gone in the second movie. I haven't finished it yet, so I mean, it could recur. I imagine a new love interest is going to show up for him. I assume. I don't know. We'll see. But Lethal Weapon 1, pretty good. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I didn't have high hopes. I just knew that like this is a movie I need to see at some point. So I saw it, and it was very. It's like a cozy action movie. You know, like Die Hard's kind of a cozy action movie. Just one of those '80s comedies, man. I dig them. I dig them. They flow through my bloodstream really easily, and they absorb into my body. That's it. Thank you all for watching. What am I doing next? I'm watching Lethal Weapon 2. I have like 10 minutes of Kubo and the Two Strings left to watch, and then I want to do a bite-sized review on that because I need to finish that movie because I want to talk about it a little bit. I don't think there's any other movies really on the horizon. Isle of Dogs. I'm going to see Isle of Dogs this afternoon. Isle of Dogs by Wes Anderson. So I'll probably do a bite-sized review on that too, fairly soon after seeing that. So that's that. Books. I'm reading Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. I finished Princess Bride. I think I'll do a small thoughts on books on that maybe. I don't know if I don't think I'll whip out the green screen for it, but we'll see. So I have some stuff down the pipeline, not a whole lot. But yeah, thank you all for watching.